Musiciangoods.com.
Hi guys, my name is Richie and I'm an owner and producer at Melodic Genius. So yeah, I'm gonna put a link up here if you guys wanna check out my Instagram page, that's fine. But I'll be taking over the Musiciangoods YouTube channel, and today I just want to show you 5 easy ways for you to get your tips, your drums sounding harder. Here I have a loop I found online. I can't even remember, maybe Splice. Well, I'll play it for you and then we can get started from there. Listen. Alright, so yeah, if you can see that loop now, I added some drums to that, and I just want to use that for the first tip, so let's listen. Yeah, so if you can tell, that's tip number 1. You need high quality drum samples. So basically, you want to find like drum samples that are loud, and yeah, because those loud samples are the ones that are really going to bounce when you want to start mixing. You can't really mix your drums low if you want like hard drums. So yeah. Let me find some nice drum samples, and then I'll replace this ones, and then I'll play for you again. So I just want to find something loud. I'll do this. I like the hi-hats. I like this kick. Yeah, I'll stick with this one. I like this one. And yeah. So let's listen to what this sounds like. Actually, I might need to change the 808s also. So yeah, because I remember there was some trash area. So yeah, this is better. Alright, listen. So now it still doesn't sound full, but we can fix that. Wait, tip number 2. Yeah, you need to like make sure you're sidechaining your kicks and 808s, but the key here is that like you don't want to do it too much, because if you do it too much, it just doesn't sound natural anymore. But like with the right amount, I promise you guys, like your drums will just go like from here to like here. Well, I'm gonna show you guys an example now so we can do it together. So you just want to click on your kick, and then I already even did it here, but yeah, just habits. Just take this, right click, and then click on sidechain to this track. Now when you're on the 808 tracks, like you want to put like a limiter on the limiter, and then take your sidechain and just set it to the kick, so it's receiving the inputs from the kick. And now you want to turn the threshold all the way down, just so that like when the bounce is, when the 808 is coming down, you can really hear what the kick is doing to the 808 before you blend it back in. So yeah, that's another source for you guys. Let's play and listen. Yeah, right now it's not doing anything because the ratio is like the amount like at which it comes down, at which the like 808 comes down after the kick hits. So you want to turn this up actually to the highest, so we can hear it really working. Listen. So you can hear it now. If that's way too much, then we just need to turn down the release times a little bit, so it's a little bit faster. And when you can get that pocket right is when you get the bounce. Listen. Yeah, can you hear it now? Can you hear it there? So I feel like that's the sweet spot, even if it's still a little bit too. Let's take that down a bit. Yeah, that's it. So now you can just like turn back up the ratio and the threshold so it doesn't really do as much compression, and then just when it's very subtle is where the real key is at. Listen. So that's tip number 2. And if you can still tell the drums is still not bouncing, and this leads me to tip number 3, which is also your hi-hats. Now you need to really cut them by itself, so that like when you use your hi-hat sample, like if you can see this hi-hat loop right here, when the first one hits, you need it to stop before the second one hits. You know what I mean? So that way, like one of this bar contains just one hi-hat sample, and that's just really all you just have to do is right click and click on cut itself, and that will make a big difference. Listen. So I'll do it before and after. This is before. This is after. This is before. So this is after. So if you can't really tell the difference, it's very subtle, but it's there. Like, don't forget that less is more. So these little subtle things you do here and there and there and there all over the whole mix is just what gives your mix that live sound. You know, like just gives it that feeling that you want it to have. So yeah. So for tip number 4, I'll tell you that you need to find the pocket for this hi-hats now. So a key, like the hi-hats is one of the key ingredients to bounces. So if you don't get that right, you don't really get your bounce right. So with this, what I really mean is that like you hear a lot of these pro producers talking about your pocket. That's what I'm just about to talk about. So you need to like make sure your hi-hats is starting at the right time. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but if I open this up in Edison, for example, you will see that like what's it called? This sample, you can see how it starts from different places. So you don't really. Okay, now just help me scrap this tip out. Like this isn't really. Hopefully I remember to have this part there. I want you to cut out this part and then I'll talk about it again. So yeah, for tip number 4, I want you to focus on your hi-hats. So for tip number 4 and 5, we'll be focusing more on really the hi-hats more than any other thing, because the hi-hats is just where you get that natural bounce that you're looking for in your mix. So yeah, let's look at that now. So for the hi-hats, you wanna make sure it starts at the right time. So you might want to do this, but sometimes this is too much. So if you trim the bottom and then it just starts like right at where the sample starts from, your hi-hat starts to sound like very robotic and it just doesn't bounce. So really where you want it to be is like if your kick hits here, you want the hi-hats to move a little bit like out of time, so in front. So every time the hi-hat, the kick hits, the kick is hitting and pushing the hi-hats forward, if that makes sense. That way your beat has the drive. That's where the word that drive comes in, if you know what I mean. So here I'm gonna take this out now, the trim completely, so you can hear first, and then I'll just blend it in so we can see. So it's very robotic here now. So what you want to do is just find where it bounces. It's still a little bit too much, so I want to take it out a little bit. Yeah, this is fine. And then one more thing you might want to do is also take out the out knob. So this just makes the hi-hats shorter. So you know how like we have here right now, and we have like this how it's coming from here to here to here to here, and we're stopping the hi-hats because of the cut itself that we have. You also want the hi-hats to also just kind of blend but like fade out before the next one comes in. So that's what gives it that bounce. You know what I mean? So yeah, we do that with the out knob here, but you just don't want to do it too much, trust me. Well, let's check that out. So this is too much. So we just want to find the right. So that's tip number 2 now, and then the tip number 3 is let's see, tip number 5. Yeah, that's the final tip I'm gonna have for you guys. It's you want to use your highest rolls, right? But you want to use it correctly. So you don't want to use it too many times, and you also don't want to use it not enough times. So, but the best places for highest rolls that I would tell you is like where the kick is, or where the snare or clap hits, or somewhere in between before the snare or claps. So why is also about this thing, the drive I'm talking about. So when you put the hi-hat rolls in there, you're either driving into the kick or driving into the hi-hat. So that way, into the snare. So that way, like, it's pushing the beat forward. You know what I mean? So I'll put in some rolls in some different places so you can see what I mean. But let's listen. So here now, there's a kick at this part here. If I put in the like a roll here, it's most likely going to bounce. Like, so let's listen. So yeah, you see, you know what I mean. So you can put it there. You can put it like where the clap will go to. So before the clap, that's here. You see. So now also you could also like put it where the hi-hats, where the 808s are. So just like somewhere in between, and you just need a little just to have the bounce, the beat bouncing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and with the hi-hats, you wanna like just be free with it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just gonna do a few more. So yeah. Yeah, so that's about that for that. Let's see. I actually don't like how that one sounded, so I'm gonna take this here. Yeah, so yeah, that's about that for the hi-hat rolls, and then all you have to do there now is just to find a good clap, you know what I mean? And then, so bonus tip is that you also want your claps to be loud, man, like seriously. So that's how you start to get the bounce. And if you can also cut it out, like do the out knob thing for the claps too, that's also perfect. And then yeah, that's about it, man. That's just 5 tips for you to know. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And yeah, don't forget to check out my Instagram at Melodic Genius. That's MELODICGEANIOUS. I'll put a link in the description or up here so you can check it out. So yeah, it's been Richie again. Hope you guys learned something today. And yeah, shout me if you need anything, man. Peace out. I'll see you next week.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel. Check out musiciangoods.com. And of course, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. See you guys in the next video. Peace.